video has been prepared for those registered with the local CAVE Mind Leader Award Scheme or the CAVE Instructor Certificate Scheme to introduce the new candidate management system that we've been working on as part of QMC and BCA. So you should have had your login credentials as a password reset email. If you've not received that, then you can come in here, enter your email address at the top. We've used your email address as your username and hit forgot password, or alternatively get in touch with Mary at trainadmin@britishcavin.org.uk with your email address, and we can look into getting that sorted for you. So if you log into the system, we'll have a look at some of the sort of key areas during this video. So we've got your basic contact details here. You can update your contact details just by clicking that button and entering whatever it is that you need to change, and click save. So you need to contact BCA anymore to sort that out. You'll see that you've got options to add a photograph or change a photograph if you want, so people can see you. Just be mindful that whatever you choose to go in here, if you do choose to make your profile visible, then employers will see that photograph as well. And one of the key areas that we need to draw your attention to here is your ME number. So this will be the number that you'll use moving forwards to identify yourself within the scheme. We've got these different tabs here, so emergency contacts, if you want to enter some details there, equality, the opt-ins, but it's these two here really, the credentials and qualifications, that are quite important ones. So your credentials, that's your any modules that you might have attended or training courses that you might have attended that would lead to a qualification. It also includes any update workshops that you've attended. Some of these may be registered as active, some of these may be expired. We've done our best to pull through as much information from the historical databases as we can, and we're pretty confident that we've got most people's information, or certainly the most important information, pulled through here. But if you find that any of this information is incorrect, or if any of these any courses that you've attended are missing, then you can add that by hitting the Add Credentials button here. Find the credential that is most close to the one that you believe is incorrect, and then you can go through this process, fill in this information, so the provider who ever delivered your course, the start date and so on, and upload a copy of either a S4B form or certificate, depending what you did, to us, and then we can check that and then allocate the credential to you, so this is all up to date. On the qualification side of things, we've taken this opportunity to try and tidy up some of the issues that we've had with the scheme over the years. So we've got rid of level 1 and level 2, and we're sticking with quite simply a local CAVE leader or a local mine leader. So to support these, there are the vertical CAVE and mine leader elements, or the SRT for leader and the Tyrolean for groups. So all of those are qualifications, but they'll get pulled through onto your certificate. You can access this certificate by just clicking on the key qualification and then hitting this download button. So if we have a look at the qualification for this particular candidate here, we can see we've got a CAVE leader up along the side. It's pulled through the vertical CAVE leader onto the certificate here, and it's got the valid from and the valid until date. The valid from date is the date that the certificate was printed, and the valid to is when the certificate or the qualifications are expired. If we have a look at the certificate, we can see that your CAVE list, the list of sites that you can lead groups in, is set out slightly differently here. This is so that we can get all of this information on one page. This has been one of the things that we've had some problems with. So you might find when you log onto the system that this area is completely blank. Don't worry if that's the case. You should still have your historical certificate or your historic certificate, which is still valid up until the expiry date on the award. And when you present for either some further training or an update workshop or another assessment, then the trainer assessor will take a look at your historical certificate and make sure that all the caves and mines that are on that are pulled through. Some other bits and pieces to have a little look at here. Member details. So if you're a BCA member, you can add your membership number into this area here. If you've got your historical local cave and mine leader registration number, you can pop that in, and dates and so on here. But you'll see some of these tables or some of these fields are actually greyed out, so you can't enter that information. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably grey these areas out here in the next sort of 12 months or so, so that we give people the opportunity to add that information to their profile if they want. Some of the other bits to have a look at, we've got downloads and links. So we've got a variety of flowcharts that you can have a look at that outline the scheme. This shouldn't be any different from anything that you've seen in the past. Here we go. We've also updated the logbook pages, so you can either download a PDF version of these if you want, or alternatively you could shift to an Excel spreadsheet, which would obviously make it a lot easier to share your logbook with trainer assessors. What you'll find is that there is a new column added to the template that we've made available for hours, and that's to do with radon. So more information will come about that soon. So you can download these in A5 format or A4 format, it's up to you. Some new bits to be aware of. We've got this course feedback and course notes section. So historically, when you completed a training course or an assessment course, you would have had a section 4B form that would have had a comment section. So the idea is that we add those comments into this part of your profile. So this section is visible to you as a candidate, and if you join a course or if you apply to join a training or assessment course, then this information will also be made available to your trainer assessor. And you can see that these cells are all greyed out. You can't change these. Other things to look at is your site lists. So here you'll see all the caves and mines that you're qualified to lead groups in, and these will be just ticked on the list here. But if you remember from your certificate, if we have a quick peek back at these, it's only the sites that are actually ticked that get pulled through onto the qualification. And then the last bit on your profile that's worth looking at is this section, your membership. So here you should have this allocated to you. It's a one-off registration fee, so you will have already paid that. So that's been added to your profile as well, and that allows you to interact with the system. So we've got some other bits and pieces to have a look at here. We've got this menu section that takes you to different parts of the site. We've got your My Profile, which was where we're at the moment. Show you what's going on, your membership, which we looked at a moment ago. But this one's quite a key area of the site, the events and courses. Here you can find any update workshops or any further training or assessment courses that you might be interested in. So all BCA courses, so your training courses, you can click on one of those, and if eligible, you can book yourself onto a course. Why has that not worked? So on the events and courses here, you'll find information on any update workshops that are currently running, and if you click on these and there are places available, you can book onto them. So you can either find these on the featured area at the top of the website here, or if you scroll down, you'll find them sorted into their different regions. So you can go in onto these, and if you meet the prerequisites, then this course will be made available for you, and you can add that to your cart and work your way through it, and then pay to access this this particular course. Not all courses will have a fee associated to them, so any course that's being run by a trainer assessor will have 0 as the course fee. So we can find an example here. So you'll see that that's free. The course is pretty unlikely to be free, but what it means is that the trainer assessor will invoice you independently of the system once you've booked a place onto the course. So hopefully what you'll find is that the trainer assessor will have added that information into the course descriptions here. Some of the other things that we've done is we've got rid of the handbook. So instead of the handbook now, we've got a series of these PDF downloads that you can access that will explain to you everything about the different stages of the courses, give you the scoring checklists and a little bit of information on how to progress through the course. So that's a really brief overview of the candidate management system.